Good morning, good evening, good
luck.
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to High Top Sports. Waking up with the High Top boys, talking all things college football today. Going to be previewing the big games this week, and we got Vandy, Bama, College Game Day, then Miami, FSU. Can FSU bounce back, or can Miami finally find itself and separate itself? I know they're ranked top 5, but have they really defined themselves as the true killer right now? I don't think so. Then we got Mississippi State and Texas A&M. Can Mississippi State maybe build off what they saw last week? And can A&M not do what LSU and Brian Kelly did after Mike Elko loses on everybody? ISU versus Cincinnati, a weird one. Cincinnati's favorite. We'll get into it. Then you have Texas. I know we've been talking about it a little bit this week, but we're going to get Ty's and Cody's perspective of this game. Should be a fantastic show. Smash the like button and subscribe. We got Cody, the professor, joining us here. Boy, there it is, boys. The screwdriver in hand. And Cowboy Ty joining us for this beautiful Friday. Oh. Screwdriver, 2 screwdrivers. No, he's got a monster. Gentlemen, how we feeling, boys?
I had to shake off a little rough. I had to shake off a little tough loss last week. That's all right though.
Yeah, we acknowledge that FSU loses and you don't make the show. Very interesting.
Oh, Bozeman made sure and clear to tell me that you guys mentioned that on the show when I was out that day. But I'm here. I showed my face again.
I did also say in the same breath, I go, to be fair, when they went 2-10, he showed up every week. So I mean, I don't feel like you would hide from a Virginia loss.
They left that part out. See, that part wasn't said. It just said that I wasn't,
No, I did say that. I did say that. Yeah.
You said that. Bozeman didn't tell me that. That's what my point
I
was.
appreciate Bozeman not telling you that. I'd rather you think that I didn't say that. That's fine with me. Also, too, I text. Go ahead, Cody.
Let's address the elephant in the room here, okay?
Okay.
I'm a Florida fan and a Minnesota fan, okay? It does not make me an alcoholic because I have one screwdriver at night. This is my nighttime comment section. I see you. I read them. Doesn't make me an alcoholic because I have one a day. It's like a glass of wine. Maybe if we could score some points, I wouldn't be like this.
So,
well,
that's it.
It's tough.
I love how you're comparing a screwdriver to a glass of wine a day for like your heart. I love that.
It's got all the essential vitamins.
One double screwdriver with a floater on top does not make me an alcoholic. Okay?
No, not at all. Extra shot added, chug it, no big deal.
Yeah, one screwdriver a day and 16 Busch lattes on Saturday just makes me just an American. Okay?
Makes you a Florida fan.
Oh, we're not getting into the Busch lattes.
Oh, Saturday. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. That day doesn't count. No, Saturday. Okay.
Doesn't count.
Oh, man.
Lance goes a giant glass of screwball. I mean,
Jesus.
I love it. I was gonna say, look, we've learned a lot this week. One, again, Cody's on his 5th day in a row of drinking one double shot screwdriver with a floater, and
glass of wine. You said.
Hey, this isn't gonna bode well for our campaign, or maybe it will. I don't know for your presidential run. I don't know.
President. He does if you're looking for a sponsorship.
Ivan says you need to accept it. We're here for you, Cody.
Miami by 21. We'll talk about that.
I was just loving the morning shows. I appreciate it, man. We love them too. I know. I mean, look, it's driving Cody to drink. So
Wow.
$20 a road.
Wow.
Cody is a Vikings fan and a Gator fan. I feel that. Yeah, it's tough sledding for the Coatster. So honestly, look, it's more of a prescription. It's like his Tylenol, right, Cody?
Yeah, it's like a Xanax. It's like a Xanax.
Yeah. I love it.
Well,
I love it. All right, boys, let's dive into the show there. Little fun little back and forth as it always is. How you feel about this weekend, Ty? Good slate of matchups?
I feel a lot better about this weekend against Miami than I honestly did against Virginia. So there's that part.
Yeah, I talked to my uncle. I said, I go, how does I said something like a backhanded comment. I go, you guys lost to Virginia, you bums. And he's like, Virginia's one field goal away from being 5-0. All right, bro. Whatever you needed to tell yourself.
Well, it's not that. It's like when you go into Virginia on a Friday night. I always had PTSD when I was a kid watching Work Done. They showed that clip at least 3 times during the game, and I kept seeing it over and over. I'll never forget that as a kid. I was so young when that play happened. I cried like a little bitch. Sorry, I don't even know if I can say that. I cried when we lost. Like a little kid. My parents told me to shut up and go to bed.
Last week? That's awful.
I would probably drink more if I had to play on Friday nights.
I'll never forget that game. And then it happened, and then, oh my God.
Danny Cannell is really trying to sell that you guys are like the greatest thing since sliced bread because you had 4 million viewers on Friday. Do you want to tell him that the only reason 4 million people tuned in was to watch y'all lose, not because they were excited to watch FSU and Virginia? He realizes that, right?
Like a quarter
Can
of
we
them
realize
were
that
probably
was a
Miami
great football game? I mean, the spread was only 6.5, guys. It's not like they
listen, I'm not hating, but
there.
he's like trying to say that the logo carries weight and that 4 million people tuned in to watch FSU on Friday night. I tuned in, but it was only because you guys were losing to Virginia. I tuned in for the upset, not to watch FSU play football. Like, there's a difference, you know?
Well, I mean, it's not the 90s anymore. Let's not get it twisted. But, like, I don't really see a whole lot of people turning in for logos anymore, in all truthfulness. I mean, people want to see Alabama lose. That's like a thing. Georgia, they like to see them lose. But besides those two, who's really tuning in for a logo? You know, that's my opinion.
I mean, Florida's primetime television every single week. But that's besides the point. One win
it's
at all.
Primetime something.
Listen. I mean, I'm not saying that we don't look good.
Hey, just because it's bad football doesn't mean it's not on prime time. That's not our fault.
Yeah, we can't control
the
time
slot.
We can't
time
control the
slot's
production.
It's just the offense. Yeah, the offensive play calling is horrendous.
Yeah. Let's get into Vandy Bama first. This is a fantastic matchup happening. College game day went there instead of Miami FSU. I'll get your thoughts on that, Ty. Do you think that the loss to Virginia caused that, or this is?
I mean, I definitely think it was the loss to Virginia that caused it. But like, to me, I can't believe they picked this game over Miami and FSU. In all truthfulness, just because of that rivalry of Miami FSU, and actually both teams are pretty good this year. It kind of surprised me. But you know, it's Alabama redemption time against Vandy. You know, that's what they're thinking. Just because Vandy won last year. Obviously, if Vandy didn't beat them last year, they probably would have went that Miami FSU game. But it is what it is. We don't need the bums there, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Again, I feel like I feel like College game day used to be like they're picking between like 2 or 3 games, and even still, you can kind of argue they're doing that this week now. But I don't know. I feel like it's definitely these are kind of, I think, foreshadowed a little bit more than people realize. But anyways, Vandy versus Bama. Vandy's 5-0. Obviously, they take down Bama at home last year. They go into Bama this year. The spread's like 10.5 right now and you know, Vandy gets 10 points. I gotta be quite honest with you. I think Vandy gets absolutely steamrolled. I think Bama losing to FSU woke up an absolute monster. Last year, I know that Bama had lost before they played Vandy, but it was later on in the season. There was a little bit of just uneasiness going on in that Bama locker room. I don't think DeBoer really had a complete, synopsis of how things were rolling. Ty Simpson has been a phenom, in my opinion, and has really garnered that locker room. And I think that's going to be the biggest difference maker for this Bama team this year is Ty Simpson's leadership. And I think it has the ability to be close. Defensively, I think Vandy will keep it close as well. And I think offensively, they show some things. But I think that secondary is going to get exposed with Ty Simpson and his wide receivers. I think this thing will, by the third quarter, will pull itself away. And I took Bama to cover the spread because of that. That's something that Vandy hasn't been exposed to yet, is that secondary. Ty?
I actually am going to lean the other way.
Oh.
And it's not because I don't think Alabama isn't good. I'll tell you what, man. That team rallies around Diego. It is impressive to watch. I've never seen a quarterback who does not look the part and just plays the part. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen. He's throwing the ball better than he's ever thrown the ball in his career this year. I think he's got 13 TDs, 3 picks. They steamrolled South Carolina. I know Sellers was hurt, but it wasn't even like remotely close. I think that Vandy can control the ball. And you want to know why, Cody? Because Alabama can't stop the super veer. And that's the problem that we're going to see again. Eli Stowers and that tight end, the tight end that he has, those two have a great connection. I think they run the ball. I think Diego, he's going to come out pumped up. He's going to have that team fired up. I think they stay in the game. I think it's close, but it could be. I think it's a field goal football game. In all truthfulness, I think we have a field goal football game.
Coach?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take Vandy. I think again, Alabama struggles with the super veer. That's exactly what they run. I think that Bama's not going to have enough attempts at the football to score a bunch of points, and that's right up Vandy's wheelhouse. Boy, if they can run and get some first downs going, watch out and plug along. Next thing you know, you're talking quarters gone, and I just don't think Vandy's going to have enough time with the football in their hands to run away with this thing.
Vandy or Bama?
I think
Bama's not going to be able to run away. Vandy's going to keep it way too close with the time of clock.
That's what I was
And
confused.
is it me or does Ryan Williams not look anywhere close to what he looked like last year?
No, he looks like a shell of
and
himself.
the things that he just – it's been all Jeremy Bernard. It hasn't been –
Yeah.
Ryan
A lot of
Williams,
these guys,
he dropped
man.
a touchdown last week. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, hit him right in the bread
Wide
basket
open.
against Georgia.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys. I mean, the fame, the NIL is at an all-time high. And look, I think we
fingernail
expect
polish.
Yeah, that's at an all-time high too.
What are we doing out here?
And I just think that these kids are having a hard time handling it. Matt McDaniel just became a member. My man says, I would love to see Vandy put it on Bama again this year. Love the channel. Look, I would too. I would love for Bama to go down. I was thoroughly impressed with how Bama looked last week. I love your guys' takes on it. I think that it will be close for a couple of quick quarters, but I do believe Bama will pull away. But we'll see. I didn't expect me to be on my own on this one. That's an interesting one. I love it. Good stuff there. All right, let's get into Miami FSU. Ty, I'll let you kick it off, big guy. This is obviously your big game of the week. You got your boys getting after it, and I'll wait before I give you my thoughts and opinions about it. I mean, I like what I had to say.
So if you go look at FSU, when they played at home against Alabama, they were a different football team than they played on the road last week at Virginia, clearly. Carson Beck has not been tested on the road yet this year, and I've seen what he does when he's tested on the road. That crowd gets to him. He gets hit a few times, and he will not be the player that he has been in Miami. I think FSU's offense is good and definitely electric. I think we can outscore Miami. I'm convinced that this is Florida State's going to win this game by a touchdown, and that's not because I'm a fan. I just think it's at home. I think Carson Beck gets rattled. I think that the revamped stadium, it seemed to cause Ty Simpson a lot of problems. I think it's going to cause Carson Beck even more problems. I think that team will be fired up, and I think they're going to actually run some more, and I think they're going to score a lot of points in this game, and people aren't expecting them to.
I think the worst thing that happened to Miami was FSU losing last week. That was the worst thing that ever happened to him. I agree with everything you say. I picked FSU in the show. I'm going to stick with FSU. I think they run away with it. Listen, Miami, our trenches are the best in the country. I understand you have great trenches, and they are fantastic. You still only were up a 13 to what, 3 or 7 or whatever it was to Florida for 3 quarters because Florida didn't have an offense. That wasn't because, I mean, you contained them, but you really weren't truly exposed, and you weren't able to run away with it, and that's because of Carson Beck. Carson Beck has out. The Notre Dame game was him, and then at the end of it, it almost like it woke him back up of like, hey, you're not who you think you are. And he hasn't really truly been tested yet. He will be tested this weekend. The one thing that I will argue for FSU is they've been flying on this whole persona of like, F everybody. You know what I mean? Like we do what we want. I mean, Thomas Castellano kind of embodies that role very well. And I think we'll be unfazed. I do believe if you lose this game, it could come spiraling out for FSU. And this is where that portal situation happens, because could you lose a little bit of the team chemistry that you built up all offseason because of 2 big back-to-back losses that, essentially would probably derail your season at this point, because Georgia Tech looks like they're going to go run away with it. You've got obviously Miami then would be your front favorite, and FSU's kind of on the outside looking in now, and that could be a scary situation for FSU. But I do believe they run away with it.
This is that seesaw game. This is where your season goes up here, or your season goes down here. And I love what our offense has done. Our offense looks incredible. And Deuce Robinson is legit, and I can't believe that he – if we want to go back to – I'm just going to talk about that catch. It was a catch. People can say what they want. See, they said he was bobbling it. I think he was tucking it. That's my opinion. It was called a catch on the field. I thought it should have been a catch. We still would have had to get the 2. I'm not blaming that. I did think he caught that football, but whatever. It is what it is. It was just – I love Deuce Robinson, though. I think he's a great fit for our football team, and he's been amazing for us.
So the only argument that I would make is because they called it on the field, but he never had full possession. He bobbled it all the way out. It was moving.
So here's what I think.
Time.
I thought it was the camera angle because if you go back and you watch the play in full, it looks like he has control. He's tucking in. They're saying he's bobbling it on his fingertips. I didn't see that. It looked like he had it in his fingertips and tried to tuck it.
No,
that was my opinion on it.
It was the perfect review. I was like, that's a no-brainer. No,
I thought it was a bad camera angle. That was I'm not being a homer or anything.
No,
like
I know
that.
you're not. No,
really
I think you're. Look, it's a 50-50 on it. I would have been.
He shouldn't have been the problem anyways. He should have caught it, hit it right in the fucking chest.
Yeah,
freaking chest.
I didn't. I wasn't like adamant that he dropped it, nor like I wasn't even really watching it with like enemy eyes when I saw it. I was like, I don't think that's a catch. Like, it just didn't feel like a catch to me. But it's one of those situations where you don't know what they're feeling like. But I was like, based on their definition, he never had control. Like, it was moving in his hand the entire time. So there was never a foot down in a control. And it's the similar thing if you go to the ground, you have to maintain control. Well, he never maintained control.
Up to see that safety because he thought he was going to get drilled.
Yeah,
that's what made him bobble it to begin with. I know what happened. I thought he ended up having total control. It just didn't look that way on camera. It was just.
I thought the camera angle was the best camera angle we've seen.
See, I just the way it looked. It just if you watch it in full, to me, he has control. But if you watch him there, it didn't look like it. So I don't know. Whatever it is, what it is.
Cody,
I think Miami's going to sweep the state. Unfortunately. I think they got the win over USF. They got the win over Florida. They're going to get the win over FSU. I think the tandem of running backs is just going to be too much for FSU to handle. I think Malachi Toney's going to have a big game. He's going to, golly, don't punt to that kid. If you do, he's going to make you pay. The kid's electric. I think that there are some concerns with the secondary of Miami. I don't necessarily think FSU's are really going to threaten that all that much. I think that the defense with that defensive line is going to absolutely give the midget a just a terrible day. I don't think he's going to be able to run like he's been able to run.
I think that helps. I think their pressure coming quickly is going to help Thomas because I think he's going to jump up through that pocket and take off a lot more than what they have not seen a guy of this electricity running the football, and I think they get too aggressive, and I think that's going to help Thomas in the long run.
I agree. I think they'll get to a handful of times. Look, the one thing he's got to be concerned of is getting just walloped, but the linebacker play is going to be tested for Miami. And
I'm not happy. I'm not happy about it. I just think Miami just is too complete of a team right now with on the ground, the defense, and the offensive line to lose to FSU.
I don't think that you're wrong. What I think is like I think their aggressiveness is going to end up hurting them in the long run in this football game. I think they're going to get too aggressive on the outside. I think Ruben Bain's going to get too aggressive, and I think Thomas is going to make a lot of plays down the field running, not necessarily throwing. Or if he gets out of the pocket and makes plays with his arm, he can do that as well. I think the aggressiveness against Miami is going to hurt them more than it's going to help them in this football game.
Yeah, and again, I think offensively is where I'm just not sold on Miami. I know their trenches and what they were able to do to Florida and their ability to move the ball, but the red zone offense has been sus just because of Carson Beck's inability to throw in crunch time, and I think that's going to be exposed. And look, if that FSU defense was a little concerning last week, obviously giving up 44 points to Virginia. So if that same team shows up, I think they get walloped. I don't think they will. That's part of what I'm going back to that team I saw versus Alabama.
I don't think it's going to even be close to 44 points. I think we're looking at a 14-21 type game. I think that Miami does
FSU's
a very,
not
very
only
good.
Scoring 14 points. That's an asset.
Yeah, that offense is too electric for that. I don't disagree.
All right, we'll see. I mean,
I agree. That's why they play the game.
I think I don't.
That was
again,
the worst take of the history of the show.
Okay. And Billy Napier is going to score 21 points regardless.
That might have
no
been
matter what.
That might be up there. That's second right behind that one. Behind your two takes.
I think when you talk about time of possession, what does Miami do extremely well? And that's chew that clock up. We saw it with Florida. We looked up and their first drive was 7.5 minutes. Gone.
Well, here's
just
what
like
think. I think that the Miami team on offense, If this game was in Miami, I would not feel like we were going to win the game. This being in Florida State, I think is a big factor because I think Carson Beck gets rattled. And that's the biggest thing that I can say is that team seems to play different at home than they do on the road. It could have been a look ahead week last week. I don't know, but like that defense definitely played better against Alabama by a million than what they played last week.
I don't think it's going to be up to Carson Beck to win the game. You just turn around and hand Booby the ball. That's what they're going to do. They're going to get 4 or 5 yards a clip. They're going to run it down your throat until the game's over. I don't think there's going to be that many chances to score possession wise.
It's a 4.5 point spread. I think I love it.
And after last week, I'm not
maybe 35-28.
And after last week, the defense for FSU is kind of sus.
Yeah, but it's on the road. Like, it's a weird spot. It's in Virginia. We'll see what we got this week.
Yeah, it's not gonna be
I get what you're saying, but I wasn't that pressed about it.
If there's one thing that travels well, it's a good run game.
Well,
worst take of the
year. We're going to find out.
Okay.
Go eat some ribs, you clown.
I got a Florida fan on myself. This is great.
I love it. I mean, I hate both teams, so it's like I can get after it. I mean, and Cody always. I love him, Cody. The fact that he's just like all in on it. Sheldon, Miami wins are the title favorites. Big wins over USF, Notre Dame, and FSU should put the number one. I mean, yeah.
ACC first.
I don't think they're favorites to win it all. I don't think that's the case, but I do think
they got to win their own conference first. Is a problem. We shit the bed against Georgia Tech or somebody.
I would put them as a top 3 favorite. Yes. I mean,
I guess he did say Shelton. I like how we responded, Cody.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
So I disagree. Florida Carson Beck has played at multiple 100,000 capacity stadiums. FSU's 80,000 ain't gonna scare him. It's not about the quantity of people. It's just anytime a game gets a pressure situation scares Carson Beck. I don't care if there's one person in the opposing team on the crowd. It's just if there's a defensive lineman in his face, his sphincter tightens up, right?
He hasn't played well in those capacities is my point.
Yeah, I don't care if there's 60,000, 100,000. That's it's irrelevant to me. It's just when the game gets close, he does not look good. And I feel like Thomas Castellanos plays pretty well, to be quite honest with you. Even like he just plays loose. He plays very Cam Ward-like. And what comes with that is obviously you could take a couple of L's too, but not NFL Cam Ward-like. But it'll be an interesting game. I think this game's 28-24, 38-20, 35-28. You're saying that they're only going to score 7 more points in Florida is asinine, in my opinion. I'm giving you an opportunity to pull out of that take, Cody. I don't know if it's just a floater that's getting to you this early. 21-14? That's the prediction.
21-14? I think it's a low-scoring game. 21-14, 21-28. I think it's something like that. I don't think it's going to be a fireworks show. I don't think they're going to have that many times to possess the ball when you're getting seven minutes
How many times do you think FSU gets the ball?
6 times, 5 times.
Florida got it 13 times.
Yeah, well,
no, they
was a little
more
bit
than that. 14
well,
times.
FSU's defense is not nearly as good as Florida's.
Well, what we do against Alabama, we destroyed them up front at home.
All right. We'll see.
I'm just making a point. I'm backing my point up. That's all
one game. Well, I can tell you this. This is going to be the blueprint. If they struggle with FSU, then Georgia Tech's going to run all over them.
Look, I'm not sold on Miami. I think they have some great trenches. Don't get it wrong, but good trench play can get out coached and out managed if it's done properly. I think they have a big area of concern, in my opinion, of Carson Beck. I think what I saw at Notre Dame, I was extremely nervous of what he was capable of doing. But, he tried to give that game away for Florida. Florida just was like, no, we're going to be better at giving it away to you.
Yeah, you aren't wrong.
They also got away from running the ball a little bit, and when they need the win, they went ahead and leaned on it again. And then it got out of hand.
Cristobal screw this up.
I'm not saying he won't. I'm
more mad about your 14-21 take. I hope it's 10-7.
Listen, when Carson Beck looks up in the crowd and he sees all these Timmy signs because he looks like Timmy from South Park, he's going to be all rattled and messed up. It's going to be great.
I don't think he's going to have to throw that much.
No, he's going to have to throw it because we sure as hell ain't going to let the run game beat us again.
bubble screen to Malachi Tony and quick slants to Malachi
Earl
Tony.
Little light his ass up and he'll be down
20
in no time.
21 yards.
I love it. This is great. All right, we got Mississippi State, Texas A&M. Cody, since you're on just a burner today, floater's hitting heavy. We're gonna let you go first, big guy. Does Mississippi State show some value this weekend? Or in A&M, I don't know if you saw, but Elko is kind of getting questioned, a little press, very similar to the Brian Kelly press conference. Like after their win, wasn't impressed with the win, wasn't good enough, and he's hot as he should be. But in that same breath, when LSU got pressed and Brian Kelly pressed back, he got exposed the following week. Does this happen at A&M?
Give me Mississippi State to win here. I think they're a hot team. I think
they've gone toe-to-toe
with a lot of good teams. I think that Mississippi State is gonna win by a touchdown. It's gonna be shocking. Texas A&M is not gonna know what hit them. Probably circle that game for ESPN Classic.
Holy
jeez.
This guy is by himself on an island right now, I think.
That's an island. That's an island for sure.
Well, no, but he's taken, because you took Bama with me, right? Ty? Or did you take Vandy?
No, I'm Vandy. I went Vandy.
Oh, can you switch just so we can leave him by himself? He can either go perfect.
Oh, Jesus.
He's stranded.
I took Vandy, Miami, and Mississippi State. I don't think that's all that bad of picks.
So, look, I think that this A&M team is going to absolutely railroad Mississippi State. They're 15.5-point favorites. Again, the secondary is a big factor for me for Mississippi State. They got they got exposed against Tennessee, and I think they'll continue to get exposed. Marshall Reed has played phenomenal football, and I think that Auburn hasn't been fantastic. We know the smoke surrounding Hugh Freeze, but defensively, Hugh Freeze and Auburn have always been a fit. They have the talent to get to kind of withhold and do their thing. That's where Mississippi State's going to fall off. I think they're a well-coached football team. They've been schemed up very well, but they're still lacking the talent that it's going to take to be able to withhold this Texas A&M team that is just flooded with talent. I think about with Scooby Williams. I mean, he's been having a pretty solid year at A&M, who played for Florida at one point. It's crazy to see how these guys are transferred and have success. Good for them, but because he wasn't anything to write home about when he played at Florida. Again, I think that Marcell's Reed's ability to throw the ball, he's been throwing the ball very well this year. It's going to explode this game and expand this game. And I think 15 seems like a lot. I see it being like 35-20. So there's your 15 and a half. 15 and a half is a bit much for me. I feel like right now in this game of age of college football, they all feel pretty close. Everything doesn't feel as there's a lot of parity, so nothing seems like one team is just that much better than everybody else. I don't think Mississippi State necessarily needs to be upset about this. I think they're doing fantastic things, but I taking them to win is crazy. Ty?
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that I'm taking Mississippi State to win this game. I do respect what Mississippi State has done. There is no getting around that team was in the dumpster. I mean, and they seem to have turned it around, and they're actually playing football. Last week was an amazing game against Tennessee at home, but it was at home, and those cowbells were jinging, and Tennessee they were struggling. They were doing it all. But here at Texas A&M, I don't think we're taking that into account. I think that crowd is way too much. The Mississippi State is not on that level yet to be able to win a big road game like this. They won't be hearing any cowbells. I think Marcel Reed has a big day. I think Texas A&M runs the ball very well. Too much speed for Mississippi State. Yeah. Don't get it wrong, not taking anything away what Mississippi State has done. But Texas A&M's got a lot of speed, and it's going to be real tough for them to compete in this football game, in my opinion.
I couldn't agree more. A couple super chats here. Real quick. Joseph Rodriguez says, love the show, y'all. If Billy gets fired, the only names I want to hear are Kiffin and Brian Hartline. I know he wasn't a head coach, but he's a monster recruiter, and imagine him being with Florida for his talent. Joseph, thanks for the $10, man. I'm not sure about Brian Hartline. He lost his job at Ohio State already as offensive coordinator. I think Ryan Day already took back the reins. So that was a name that I was actually going to talk about eventually if the firing does happen, because that was a name that has been tossed around. It's been quiet. Again, it just shows that we kind of get infatuated with certain things, but there's a lot to this world that has to be considered, and that's why like a Brian Hartline, in my opinion, is a questionable move, just because of the lack of experience, and it'd be growing pains. Now, I'm not saying the guy can't do the job, but it would be growing pains to say the least on that one. So I love where Cody's at right now. We're gonna let him go first in just a minute. But this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. And I was kind of right. Finally took advantage of the flex play, and it paid off last night. I looked over and I was telling the wife, she's like, "Do you ever win these things?" I go, that energy is not needed here. Okay, that was completely uncalled for. I always feel like I look back and I go, what was I thinking? Because Christian McCaffrey for more than 50 yards rushing, obviously locked in there. Kyron Williams, 13.5, more than 13.5 points in fantasy. I said it. He's going to get catches, run the ball, and get a touchdown. He did exactly what I said he was going to do. And then the other one was Matt Stafford, which I adjusted that line because I thought the game was going to be a little bit tighter. It felt tighter, but they just threw the ball 45 times. I didn't see that coming. So he covered the yards, no problem. The Devontae Adams, who still caught a lot of balls last night, just never saw one in the red zone, which he's almost good for a touchdown a game, which that was the one that I missed out on, which hurt. But I took advantage of the flex play, so I got a little bit of my cheddar back. I'm still alive. Glad I did that. Glad I had that opportunity to rock and roll in there on Prize Picks. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Prize Picks is the best way to win cash this football season. Which players are going off, which ones aren't. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. Cody could turn some of his takes into some cash. Download the app today and use code HIGHTOP to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HIGHTOP to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It is good to be right. Now, I forgot the graphic that I had for the FSU game. That's unfortunate. We got it for ISU. ISU versus Cincinnati here, boys and girls. Look at that, huh?
Oh,
come on, baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cody,
I like it.
how you feeling about this game, big guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Iowa State Cyclones. They somehow keep winning. I don't know why. It's always sloppy. It's always nasty. Rocco Beck just figures out a way to win. Give me Iowa State Cyclones with just the money line.
Oh, just short and sweet. Okay, no breakdown or anything. Thanks, Cody. Ty, your thoughts on this game? Are we leaving? Cincinnati's favored, by the way, by -1.5.
I think Cincinnati should be favored. It's in Cincinnati. Brendan Sorsby is the real deal. I don't know I'm sure no one's really been watching Cincinnati football, but man, this kid can run it. He can spin it, and they've been leaning on him. Iowa State seems ugly at times. Eventually, it's going to catch up with them, and I think this is the week that it finally catches up with them. They don't have both their starting corners are done for the year. I think Sorsby has a big day throwing the football, running the football, and I think Cincinnati wins by a touchdown.
Yeah, look, I couldn't agree more. I've watched more Iowa State football than I probably would have liked this year thus far, because obviously it was the first game out by itself against Kansas State. I had the whole watch party for Iowa State versus Iowa. Love that matchup. That game felt like I was watching Florida football. It's like if you just had an offense, you win this football game. It was just really hard to watch. Cincinnati, watched a little bit of them. Looked very good against which I believe is a good Nebraska team. That game ended up being an absolute blast to watch. I think I lost a lot of money on Cincinnati because I kept taking them money line, I think, if I recall correctly. I don't know. It's a tough sledding out there for the kiddos.
I kept betting them live until it wouldn't let me anymore.
Yeah, it's in Cincinnati. I think you nailed it on the head. I think Iowa State has been playing on borrowed time, and that borrowed time gets exposed this weekend. I think they run out of leash here. Iowa State hasn't given me any reason to be excited about them. They've beat up on some poor teams. Again, Kansas State is not what the Kansas State team we thought they would be. They took down South Dakota State, squeaked by Iowa. They took down Ark State, and then Arizona, who can't, who've lost a ton of players over the last couple of years. So nothing to really be too excited about. The Cincy team, again, I think with that quarterback situation, they're going to be really good this week. I wanted to talk about Texas Tech and Houston as well, but this game appeared to be a bit sexier to me because I think Texas Tech is going to roll Houston. I think that team is got an easy slate. They got an easy slate to the end there. So Cody, can you just pick Bama, Ty? Wait till
Bama to win, or I think Bama wins, but I think Vandy covers.
I think we'll have two people for this next one.
Yeah, I think that we're all going to be. This one's going to be interesting. One on the next one. to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, this is one I'm flipping coins right now. I don't know what to do.
All right. So right now, Ty and I are both Cincy on this one. Look, I think all in all, I think it's going to be a great game, but yeah, I'm not a believer in Iowa State. That's a bigger point on me for where I'm at with it. All right, we got Texas versus Florida, and it feels like nobody's picking Texas right now. And I would tell you, in the past, that would probably worry me as a Florida fan. I don't care right now that we're not that everybody's picking us. Like, it's not one of those things of like, no, like good, like everyone, like I that doesn't bother me at all. The spread has come down to 5, 4.5, wherever you want to look. So again, the feeling is that Florida might do something here. I'll let you get after it first, Ty. What are your thoughts, big guy?
Well, honestly, this is going to be the game of two quarterbacks who had all the hype and have underperformed. I don't know who's going to make the play. Everybody was like, oh, well, Manning got his swagger back. He's playing against Sam Houston State, and he's out there talking trash. Everybody calm down. Like, he hasn't done it against a good defense yet. When I sit here and I look, I don't know who's going to make the plays, but I tell you what I do believe. I believe in the home teams this week. And when you believe in the home teams, somehow they find it down deep and they win. And I'm going to believe in Florida wins the game 10-7. Somehow, some way, they throw a touchdown pass. They kick a field goal. Trey smacks one right in the mouth, 55 yards right down the center, and they beat Texas. Manning he's 10 of 30 for 120 yards and a pick. Give me Florida.
That's my thing. I mean, everyone's picking Florida. It feels like something has to give, and I think the for me, Texas is kind of we haven't seen their ceiling on the offensive side of things, but I think the feeling is that the ceiling isn't as far as maybe they thought it would be originally. The difference for Florida football is like right now the ceiling doesn't feel like it's high as it once was, but it feels like we're farther away from that new ceiling than Texas, so the improvement can be much higher. And if you can get half of what you think Florida can do, if Florida plays the way they play with just a half better offense, they should win this game. I think that's kind of the premise of this game. I like UF here, obviously, and I know people are going to be all pissed about it because people want Florida to lose. Look, we're going to learn a lot this week. We've learned a lot every week, I feel like, but I mean, the reason why I said we're going to learn a lot because I really think if they do lose this game, especially with how you wonder if there's a ploy, because if everyone picks Florida and Florida goes out and loses, you got to think that it's going to just make it even, not that it's not hot already, but even hotter for Napier. Like, it's one of those things that it's like everybody feels like we should be winning and we're not winning games. I don't know if Scott Strickland's going to see it that way, but it feels like, again, that narrative is going to just amplify the seed a little bit. Cody?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take Texas here. I know that.
Holy crap!
Good.
He's on an island. He's on an island. He could go 5-0. He could go a sweep.
I know that Florida's defense is very good. I know that Texas is down a couple of running backs. Actually, Windsor's gonna be he's gonna be running the ball. I can't believe in this Florida offense until I see it. I will be gladly I will take an L on the chin on this one if I am wrong. I don't think I am. I think it's going to be 28-14 Texas. I think they win by 2 touchdowns.
28-14. You have a lot more confidence in that offense than I do. I can tell you.
He's crazy today.
I think DJ Lagway is going to throw a pick 6. I think that they refuse to run the ball. I think they refuse to run the ball with Jaden Ball. I think it's going to be the same shit. He's going to be getting 10 yards a rush, and then they're going to take him out for 2 quarters. It's going to be a little too late.
Cody's my favorite podcaster. I don't care.
Dude, I don't want to pick Texas. I don't. No,
I'm not being facetious. I'm being dead serious. I
I don't believe it. I don't believe that DJ's having the best week he's ever had. He has a spark back. We've heard
I
so
respect
much
the
of this
hell out of that pick.
bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm so tired, dude.
I hear
I'm
you.
so tired of hearing it. Maybe the best thing for Florida is that the captain crashes the ship like the Titanic, and hopefully some of the players survive.
Yeah, look, I love it. I love that you're able to kind of see it because I think there is a part of me that continues to want to believe it's going to work, and I think that's going to. I mean, downfall. Like, I mean, I'm a fan.
Well,
So.
Billy Napier hates Sark as it is, and I think he just will not get out of his own way.
Yeah, that's a great point. That emotional part of it where he'll almost self-sabotage to prove a point maybe. And look,
we're going to see some stupid. It's going to be we'll have it on the
Cody might go
45-yard line.
He might be on. He might
We're going to go. It'll be 4th and 3, and we're going to throw some stupid running back pass to the tight end. He's going to drop it. We can't get first downs. We can't do anything. We are absolutely anemic. We're on life support right now. And I think right now for the best thing is right now you pull the plug.
Do you think Cody ChatGPT'd his picks this week? Because it just feels like he's either dialed the F in or the floater got to his cranium.
He has every road team. There is no shot in this God green earth that all 5 of these road teams win. That is never happening. Ever.
The clips that we have, if things go, Cody, look at Cody just sitting there like a little gremlin.
Road team. Are we not taking into effect how important it is to play at home? It is the most important thing in this sport is to play at home. It's the most important.
I would say that. I would say yes, Ty, but have you seen Billy Napier's offense?
I have.
Listen,
I don't expect the offense
my
to
buttons,
win it. Expect my
buttons
to make mistakes.
I don't even know how they work anymore. I don't even know how they work. I'm surprised they haven't gotten stuck. I had to spray a little WD-40 down in them to get them to work again. Because there's no offensive firepower. I'm telling you, it's gonna look ugly. Everybody's gonna be we're gonna beat Arch Manning. We're gonna beat Arch Manning, and then DJ Lagway's gonna throw a pick 6 to seal the game, and we're gonna be like, "Yep, that's it.
I'm telling you, the Arch Manning I saw against a good defense was not pretty. It was not pretty in the pocket. He was throwing from every stupid arm angle he could think of. I don't think he loves the game of football. I really don't.
Have you seen DJ Lagway play this year?
I don't disagree. I'm not.
We're 129th. I don't even know how many schools are in the FBS
this guy can't throw the ball from me to you. I mean, he throws some arm angles that make no sense. His feet are everywhere. I think he's there just because he has to be because his name is Manning. I don't think he loves the game of football. I don't think he wants to be great. I think he's just there because he is who he is, and he doesn't want to disappoint his family. That's what I think. Now, if he wants to go out here and prove me wrong, please do it because you haven't. Against Ohio State, you looked miserable. Against Sam Houston State, you looked great. Well, I could look great against Sam Houston State. Who gives a damn? Show me in the swamp what you got. That's what I want to say. In the swamp, show me what you got.
What was the score to the Texas
shut
Ohio
up everything
State
about
game?
Arch. If he throws for more than 110 yards in the swamp.
What was the score to the Ohio State Texas game?
21-14.
Billy can't score. Billy can't score 14 points on offense. It's a problem.
That was late in the game. He threw a deep ball. It was a miracle catch.
That was the number one.
I'm not saying
that was the number one defense in the nation the last 3 years.
That's why I picked 10-7. 10-7. I love it. 10-7.
I hope it's a 10-7. I hope it's 56 to 48 and it's fun, but it ain't gonna be fun. We already know what's gonna be.
That would be wild.
I can't believe you took that game to go 28-14, but the Miami FSU game to go, what did you say, 21-14?
Well, that's with the pick 6. That's a freebie. That's a free 7 points there.
Cody, what's truly in that screwdriver over there? That's what I need to know. What is truly in it?
Just Tito's.
You took every road team, and I would say, I mean, Texas is favored, obviously, from the spread perspective, but I would almost argue right now they're a little bit of an underdog mentality because of how everyone's talking. So for that, I'm going to say you took.
How many sacks is
Miami is favored, but again, they're the road team. You took 4 out of the 5 underdogs. 3 out of the 5 because Texas, but I'm going to say they're underdog just because of the mentality. 4 of the 5 underdogs and 5 of 5 on the road. It could be one of the greatest parlays. I might just get in on it.
You might as well go put it in right now because, I mean, that would be the wildest parlay.
I don't gamble anymore on sports. I gave that up. But I mean, if you want to put $10 on it and whatever.
Yeah,
Like
be a
his
little fun
confidence is
sweat.
freaking me out, bro. Like it's like no joke. Like he has a crystal ball and he saw it. And I don't know if I'm buying the
Mississippi
Kool-Aid
State
here.
I can tell you, Mississippi State ain't winning that football game. They might cover, but they sure as hell ain't winning the game.
It could be. He could like, bro. Imagine he goes Vandy, Mississippi State. I'm gonna be like those two games. I don't know what the time slots are of how this thing shapes up. Let me see how this thing. I'm gonna see how it unfolds here.
Florida State's 7:30. Cincinnati ISU's at 12.
That could be.
What's
and then
the Texas game at 3:30?
Vandy and Texas are at
3:30.
3:30. And then Mississippi State, A&M, and Miami are at 7:30. So the ISU game could set it off. And you picked ISU, which isn't. I don't really think that's a true upset.
No, I don't think that's egregious. Yeah, I don't think that's egregious at all. I just don't think every one of these road teams is winning. I just don't think that's a real thing.
I'm a slut for a good just dicey
Like a little underdog parlay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, spit on me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bust. Just it's like sweater weather. I'm a slut for a good little sexy dirty little parlay here, and this thing's talking dirty to me. I mean it's in my ear.
This is
whispering.
a big.
And the
That's a
only
big
reason
one,
I'm like
too.
anti not picking it because I obviously took the other side, but that just shows you how sick in the head I am.
I'm going to tell you guys what this pays right now. I'm just going to go ahead and give it to you. Here we go. I'm going to tell you what it pays. If you
money
take
line,
all
not the
on
spreads,
those teams.
not the spreads.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
just
going
give
to
me
pick them to
money
win.
lines.
I'll give them to you. Here we go. You ready? Hold up. Here we go. Let me get into the Saturday games. All right.
$15 bucks. $15. I think it's worth 15 bones.
We got Iowa State money line.
Mm-hmm.
We got what else? We got
Mississippi State money line.
Clip it.
Yeah, I'm looking for them.
Slut.
I mean, they have every game on here, so it's hard to find. What time's the 3:30 slate?
What time is the 3:30 slate?
I mean, who's on the 3:30 slate?
Yeah, maybe we should not follow Ty's picks.
UF and Bama.
I'm not doing the picks. I'm telling you what it pays.
UF and Vandy are 3:30 slots.
And then this other two are 7:30.
Correct.
All right, here we go. All right. Mississippi State.
These shows have been
Miami. $10 pays $1,160.
Hey, lock it in, baby.
Lines.
Lock it in, and then thank me later. Don't thank me when. Hey, don't thank me when Uncle Sam comes knocking. Need that 10%.
That's tempting.
I'm just saying.
Even the dog
it's
agrees.
Not tempting
Even Gunner agrees.
I would light $10 on fire. It's not tempting at all.
So you're doing it. You're locking it in.
You're doing it?
No.
Well, no, because that means he would pick against FSU, so he can't.
I mean, that doesn't bother me in betting. I don't care about that. I just think that just all those.
Go ahead,
road
lock
teams
her in.
not
$10.
winning.
You've spent $10. Do $5. Just do $5.
I'm just.
See, that's where I get greedy.
delighted
What's 15? I said 15. How much does 15 pay out? I start.
Be about it. Just
10
drop
pays
100 bones on it.
$11.60. Then you add another 600 to it, so it's about 1,700, 1,600.
I want to get a new tattoo. Cody may just.
Is it anything to do with Florida?
You gotta get my
those
initials.
removed.
Hey, if you hit, you got to get my initials under it.
Yeah, that's never gonna
absolutely.
happen.
Yeah,
That's never gonna happen.
Little small.
Those little initials. Around your
I
ass
don't know.
cheeks.
What do we think, boys? Is Cody dialed in? I don't know how to take this, to be quite honest with you. I don't know where to go with this.
I love his takes. I love our takes, but I respect it. I just don't see it. That's all. I ain't
You don't
mad
see
at
it, you're not believing. Believing is seeing.
I'm not a believer or a seer. Seeing is believing, I guess.
All right. Well, boys, great show. Great show as always.
Shelton's about to make a bad financial.
Yeah, I'm about
decision.
to put little man's college tuition on this line up here. I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how to feel about it, to be quite honest with you.
You just had a kid. Be
show.
careful, buddy. Be careful. You just had a kid. It's diapers.
Hey, we're gonna keep we'll keep a tracker on it. We'll see if I hit or not.
Yeah. If he goes 1-4, he keeps up with his. It's me versus the World Press Conference. He will.
Trust me. If I hit 5-0, you guys will know Monday. You guys will know Saturday,
We'll know Saturday night.
Sunday, Monday,
I promise.
Tuesday.
And if he goes 0-5, he'll also hear
He'll
about
hear
it as
from me.
well. He'll hear about it as well. Boys and girls, hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll see you guys live tomorrow at 3:30 for the watch party, then the call-in show after the fact, then our Sunday show. We've been live. We're going to have a streak of being live. It's going to be incredible because we're having a show every single day. So don't miss it. Turn the bell on. Come join us. Come hang out with us. You never know what you're going to hear, whether it's Cody drinking again or Cody working on his presidential campaign. You just don't know what you're going to see when you guys tune into these morning shows. So if you don't tune in for the weekend, we'll see you guys live Monday morning at 9:35. Have a good weekend. Enjoy some football. You'll be good. Peace and love, baby.
Saturday's gonna be fun.